There is a small brown plastic bottle sitting in the dark of your medicine cabinet right now. You probably bought it 3 years ago for $1.50. You use it maybe once a year for a scraped knee, and then you push it to the back of the shelf and forget it exists. Yet, when the leaves in your garden start turning yellow from root rot, or your soil is suddenly swarming with fungus gnats, you drive to the garden center. You walk past aisles of bright packaging, and you spend $20 to $30 on heavy jugs of specialized synthetic fungicides covered in toxic warning labels. You might wonder why no one at that garden center ever told you that the $1.50 bottle in your bathroom is actually one of the most ruthless and effective agricultural tools on Earth. The answer is not a conspiracy. It is just basic economics. An industry built on $30 chemical solutions simply has no financial incentive to advertise a remedy that costs pennies. You cannot build a multi-billion-dollar agrochemical empire on something people can buy with pocket change. But why is this cheap liquid so devastating to soil disease? And more importantly, why does it work without leaving behind any of the toxic residue that expensive commercial fungicides do? We are going to break down the exact protocols for how to use it. But before you take this bottle and pour it straight into your garden, you need to understand one fundamental truth. You are not holding an artificial chemical. You are holding a bottled thunderstorm. We have been trained by modern marketing to fear the word chemical. We are told to buy natural, as if the universe itself is not made of chemistry. The water you drink to stay alive is a chemical, H2O. The true measure of a substance is not whether it has a scientific name. The difference between a medicine and a poison is simply what it degrades into when its work is done. Hydrogen peroxide is not an invention of the industrial age. It is actually one of nature's oldest atmospheric phenomena. Think about what happens during a massive, violent thunderstorm. As lightning strikes slice through the atmosphere, they rip apart oxygen molecules in the air. These fractured molecules fuse with falling rain, dropping to the earth not as regular water, but as H2O2, natural hydrogen peroxide. This is the real reason a forest looks completely reborn and vibrantly green after a severe summer storm. The sky is literally bombarding the soil with liquid oxygen. That little brown bottle in your cabinet is just this exact atmospheric event, captured and stabilized. It is simply water carrying one extra, violently unstable oxygen atom. And when it makes contact with diseased soil, the anatomy of its violence is a masterpiece of biology. That extra oxygen atom snaps off, turning into a free radical. It does not negotiate. It acts as a microscopic blade. It aggressively targets the thin cell walls of anaerobic bacteria and suffocating fungi, the exact pathogens causing root rot, and it shreds them on contact. The oxidation burns them away in seconds. But the most profound difference between this and the heavy jugs at the garden center is the exit strategy. Commercial fungicides do their job, but they often leave behind persistent synthetic residues that linger in your ecosystem. When hydrogen peroxide finishes destroying a pathogen, it simply exhausts its energy. It breaks apart, leaving absolutely nothing behind except pure water and pure breathable oxygen. No synthetic residue, just a clean slate. Knowing the physics of this reaction is one thing, but applying this raw, destructive power to revive a dying plant requires the precision of a surgeon. Let us be absolutely clear about what we are dealing with. Hydrogen peroxide is not a daily vitamin for your garden. You do not pour it on healthy soil just to see what happens. In the hidden world of professional plant propagation, this liquid is treated exactly like a broad-spectrum antibiotic. It is a triage tool. It belongs strictly in the botanical emergency room. You must respect its power. Because if you simply guess the concentration, or if you pour it in too strong, you will not just kill the disease. You will literally boil the living roots of your plants. But when you follow the exact dilution protocols used by commercial nurseries, you take control of the ecosystem. There are 3 primary protocols you need to know. Protocol 1 is the treatment for root rot. When soil is overwatered, it compresses and suffocates. The oxygen is physically pushed out of the dirt. In that damp, suffocating darkness, anaerobic bacteria begin to aggressively multiply. They thrive in the absence of air, feasting on your plant's root system and turning it into foul-smelling black mush. To stop this, you do not need $20 worth of chemical fungicides. You just need to weaponize oxygen. You mix 1 part of standard 3% hydrogen peroxide with 2 parts water. When you drench the sick soil with this mixture, you are flooding the root zone with the exact element the bacteria cannot survive. The anaerobic pathogens are instantly shattered by the oxygen radical. You are quite literally drowning them in air. Protocol 2 is the total eradication of fungus gnats. When you see those tiny, fragile black flies hovering over your houseplants, you are only looking at a symptom. The adults are just a nuisance. The true devastation is happening underground, where hundreds of microscopic larvae are actively chewing through your plant's delicate root hairs. Spraying the leaves does nothing. You have to destroy the nursery. You mix 1 part hydrogen peroxide to 4 parts water. As you slowly pour this mixture over the surface of the infested soil, pause for a second. Listen closely. You will hear a faint, crackling, fizzing sound bubbling up from the wet earth. That is not just a random chemical reaction. That is the sound of the larvae and their eggs being systematically oxidized and burned away. Protocol 3 does not deal with disease. It deals with awakening. Some seeds simply refuse to sprout. They are locked in a stubborn, deep dormancy. In the wild, a seed is equipped with a heavily armored shell designed to survive brutal freezing winters or to withstand being swallowed and digested by animals. You can break that dormancy by using this molecule to simulate extreme biological stress. Mix exactly 1 ounce of hydrogen peroxide into 1 pint of water. Drop your stubborn seeds in and let them soak. The mild oxidative action slowly eats away at the hard outer shell, perfectly mimicking the harsh acidic environment of an animal's stomach. It strips away the armor and forces the seed to finally wake up. That is how hydrogen peroxide saves plants from the brink of death. But the real magic of this molecule, the part that almost no one ever talks about, lies in a completely different trick. It is how this bottled storm interacts with something that is quietly poisoning your garden every single day, flowing directly from your very own tap. We are halfway through, and I am about to show you a mechanism that will fundamentally change how you look at the water coming out of your kitchen sink. Municipal tap water is engineered for human safety. It is treated with chlorine and chloramines for a very specific, highly practical reason: to keep our digestive system safe from dangerous waterborne pathogens. It does that job perfectly. But here is the paradox no one mentions. The exact same sterilization that protects your stomach is entirely hostile to the fragile ecosystem inside your soil. Your garden does not want sterile water. It desperately needs living, breathing microbiology to survive. So, how do you remove this chemical roadblock without buying an incredibly expensive filtration system? You fight a sterilizer with another sterilizer. It sounds completely backwards, but look at the chemistry. When you take a few drops of hydrogen peroxide and stir it into a pitcher of chlorinated tap water, a fascinating reaction takes place. These 2 aggressive, oxidizing compounds do not team up. They violently clash. And in the process, they completely neutralize each other. Within minutes, the chlorine is broken down and safely dissipates. What you are left with inside that pitcher is no longer standard municipal tap water. The chemical profile has shifted. The oxygenation levels have spiked. You have essentially recreated the chemical equivalent of primal, highly oxygenated rainwater. At this point, you might think you have just discovered the ultimate botanical holy grail. You might be tempted to reach for that brown bottle and pour it into your garden every single day. Do not do that, because right behind this perfect, pristine cleanliness is an invisible trap. And if you fall into it, you will completely wipe out your entire underground kingdom. Let me explain the invisible trap. Hydrogen peroxide is a devastating microscopic weapon, but it is entirely, ruthlessly blind. It does not possess the biological intelligence to tell the difference between the suffocating fungus that is choking your plant to death and the delicate, highly beneficial mycorrhizal fungal networks that are working day and night to keep it alive.
When you pour this bottled storm into your pots, it burns down the villains, yes, but it also completely incinerates the heroes. This leads to a total microbiome collapse. If you use this treatment casually or too frequently, you are left with perfectly sterile, dead dirt. And dead dirt is a dangerous thing. Without a thriving, living microscopic workforce, the soil loses its natural ability to break down organic matter. Your plants will begin to slowly starve. Eventually, they will become permanently dependent on expensive synthetic chemical fertilizers just to draw basic nutrients.
You will have unwittingly trapped yourself in the exact cycle of retail dependency that you were originally trying to escape. This is why I must be completely clear with you. This is not a magic wand. It is a strict emergency intervention. Hydrogen peroxide does not fix bad habits. It only gives you borrowed time. It buys you a brief, sterile window to correct the actual root causes of the disease, like heavy, unbreathable soil or chronic overwatering. What you do with that borrowed time is entirely your responsibility. So, how do you finish this protocol without permanently destroying your ecosystem? You practice the alchemy of regeneration. Think about basic human medicine. When you are forced to take a heavy course of antibiotics to clear a severe infection, what are you supposed to do afterward? You consume probiotics to rebuild your gut flora. The exact same law of nature applies to the earth. After you apply the peroxide drench, you must wait exactly 24 hours. Do not rush this. You have to give the unstable oxygen atoms time to do their violent work and completely evaporate. Once a full day has passed, the chemical storm is over. The soil is clean, but it is utterly empty. Now, you must immediately re-inoculate that soil. You do not need to go online and buy heavily marketed, branded soil probiotics in expensive, shiny packets. You simply need nature's original medicine. Take a handful of rich, dark, organic compost, or brew a simple, nutrient-dense worm-casting tea. Pour that dark, living liquid back into the sterile earth. By doing this, you are deliberately reintroducing billions of beneficial microbes back into the void. If you are the kind of person who prefers understanding the raw, unspoken chemistry of the natural world rather than blindly trusting the brightly colored labels at the store, then you belong here. Subscribe to the channel. Because the natural world is full of these forgotten mechanisms waiting to be reclaimed, and our work has only just begun.